to say the prayer?
Yeah. Want me to say it?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. All right. Our Heavenly Father, come before thee, and so grateful to be able to gather together as sisters in this class and to be able to discuss our case studies, to be able to better understand the things that we've read, that we might be able to internalize them and then be able to apply them in our daily lives or daily careers. Pray that thy Spirit will be with us, attend us, help us, guide us, and direct us. And we love thee and we thank thee for all the many blessings that we have. And these things we say in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
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 Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay, should we just like jump right into it?
Yeah.
What are the root problems in the case? I guess we could just do like a quick summary of what's going on, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pull up the paper we wrote. Okay. So we've got Jamie Turner, which is a man. I totally thought the name Jamie is
a big girl, huh?
But yeah, so Jamie Turner is the new vice president over marketing and sales in this Modern Lighting Industries, MLI, right? And he was hired by Pat Cardullo.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Carduo or Cardullo.
Yeah, who is the president of MLI. And so essentially he's like trying out all these new things. He's kind of excited, this Jamie Turner, and then things kind of start falling apart. And the CEO of the company, Alan Oliver, informs him that he's going to be coming to talk about things like why sales are declining and all that stuff. And it just seems kind of like Pat Cardullo isn't taking it seriously. Like he just doesn't care. He doesn't want to meet with Turner. It's not like his priority to kind of like figure out why this is happening all of a sudden. And so it kind of ends, the case study ends with him. He hears Cardullo walking down the hall and he's about to talk to him, right? And so, yeah.
Such drama.
Drama. So I think the problems in the case study are definitely the president, Pat Cardullo, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He just doesn't seem to be taking anything seriously. Do you guys have any thoughts about that?
I think he has a problem.
Yeah.
It was interesting because at the onset, I kind of like focused on how the element of trust was between both of them. You know, when you interview and you get the job, and obviously there's that layer of trust that has just taken place or you wouldn't have hired the person, right? And Turner in return was impressed by Cardullo. And there was such a personality change in Cardullo that my paper focused mostly on Cardullo's personality change, his unpredictability, his outbursts. And I just thought that was, I did pick up on like some of the things that Turner like said about himself, basically, and so I thought, okay, well, maybe Turner is a little bit responsible too. But for me, I just thought that Cardullo was totally out of line and just too erratic.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's behind that. I have some thoughts, but I don't know. We lost Olivia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like he's kind of bipolar and like he just like was burnt out maybe.
Yeah.
With his job, and I don't know, just he didn't care anymore, it seemed like.
Yeah. Hello again.
Yeah, hers is kind of lagging, huh?
Yeah. Hi, Olivia.
Hi, sorry. It keeps cutting out like every other word you guys are saying, and I have no idea what you're saying.
Oh my gosh.
Like I get like one little like piece of the sentence and then it just stops.
Oh, that's terrible.
What the heck is going on?
Uh, should we do a recall, or do you want to try to jump
No.
off and jump back on?
Mine's having issues. I don't know if it's the room or what, but we're gonna change
Oh.
positions.
Okay.
Right over here. All right. Let's see if this works.
Okay.
Okay. The next question was, how did Turner get himself into this predicament, and what is going on for Cardulo?
Right.
So, I mean, I think we kind of just talked about that. Like,
Well, okay, so with reference to Turner, I kind of feel like in the beginning, he was worried about kind of like, hey, I don't want to come off as a job hopper here, but so Turner seemed a little bit like, okay, focused on salary, which is okay. He seemed really nice. Or not nice. He seemed really built a good reputation in both the companies that he worked in, and built up his, again, reputation, and then kind of kept moving forward. And I thought maybe he, some of it's out of your control, some of it was out of his control, so he had good reasons for leaving.
yeah.
But I felt like, at first I thought, well, maybe Cardulo and Turner both jumped into a hire too quick before they really understood each other.
Yeah.
Is it better for you, Olivia, or?
Not really.
No. Oh, I know, because you're quiet and you're not usually quiet. So.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Huh.
Well,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Well, jump in anytime and we'll just be quiet and listen.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang up and like see if it works. But if not, then I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can maybe
Okay.
watch those later, and I don't know.
All right.
Bye.
All right. So, so that's where I thought maybe Turner was a little, he kind of maybe did get himself into a little jam. And then I know when you obviously move, and he had a nice big position, and he's very confident in his reputation and his experience. And then he kind of tied himself into, oh, I've got a really nice, I think, apartment on the water and da da da. So he kind of has to hang in there.
Right.
But I think he handled things well. I had noted in my case study where, no matter what, like during Cardulo's outbursts, I thought Turner always responded pretty well.
Yeah, I think Cordula was the main one for sure. Like, in the sales declining, and I don't know.
With reference to the sales declining, so if I remember correctly, it seems like maybe there was a decline in sales for sure, but it was noted that Turner still had a better month or quarter or whatever, better than February before. And so those numbers in February were lower, and that was before Turner started. So I thought it was interesting because you mentioned that, the big boss was coming out to check on what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that, I was kind of confused by that because according to Turner, his numbers were better than, not as good as he wanted them to be, but they were still better than the previous. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe that's what stressed Cardulo out and he started reacting like that. Maybe his job, was on the line, and I don't know.
Yeah, just kind of shutting down altogether. Yeah. Okay, so the next question is, what did Pat Cardulo and Jamie Turner each initially bring to the situation at MLI that would seem to ensure success or failure?
Yeah.
Well, Turner had like a lot of great ideas. I think like starting out, he was like excited and like super like animated and like really ready to like take things on. And so I think like that had a lot of potential to be successful. But then just like Cardulo's attitude towards it all was just like kind of draining, like for
Yeah,
Turner, you know?
I agree with that. That 100%. Yeah, what the other thing I found was interesting is that, and kind of why I kind of discounted holding Turner to responsible, is because like his opposition, Ernie Dennis, was supposed to be like his rival for that position, and he wound up respecting and supporting Turner at every kind of everything he did, as well as Kelly, who was in, I think, sales. So it seemed like these people that had good reputations at MLI, or, you know, were on Turner's side as far as not really like taking sides, but just very supportive of him. And to me, that says a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, for sure. Is that better, Olivia?
It just got better in the last like 10 seconds.
oh, good.
Okay.
So we're going to hope it stays that way.
Just don't move a muscle.
I know. I'm like not moving at all.
Yeah. So the question was, what kind of things did they both bring to the table that were successful and that were failures, I guess? Do you have any like ideas?
Whole second half of that sentence.
Hello? I think as far as failures, I mean, I think it's like the so with Cardulo, I think that the failure, that obviously his personality, but everything he seemed to want to do, like he would just go into the warehouse and say, okay, I want this changed. I want to be able to see at a glance inventory. Well, I get that because it's kind of the way my boss is when we walk in the warehouse. It's like, I want to be able to see what we're overstocked on, what we're understocked on, but because of the system, they didn't need that anymore. But it didn't matter to Cardulo. He just wanted it. It's almost like, hey, you know, you don't tell me no, I'm the boss, so now I'm going to make you do it because I have the authority. So he's kind of abusing his authority. And so even when both, I think it was Dennis and Turner both said, hey, you know, this isn't a good idea. I understand why you want to do it. It makes sense, but we need to also look at the cost factor. So I thought that was one incident, and there's a couple more, but
Yeah,
it was instances like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like people who have been in positions for a long time don't understand that like technology changes, and like with that, like there's easier ways to do stuff and to see stuff, and so I thought that was kind of interesting. Like there's a better way to do it, but he's still kind of stuck in his ways. So
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
As I look at the overall picture and like trying to remember like what we've been reading about, like in this last reading and stuff, and just all the team, you know, the pyramid and stuff, I was just thinking like, wow, this is totally not a team effort between the two of them. It's, you know, it kind of reminds me of like, well, you have to have that element of trust, and then you have to, like when you're building that team and it's starting to go effectively, how you kind of start moving back in, not back into, but sometimes even though we're a team, we're still kind of competitive, even if we don't mean to be, because we always want to be the person that does well or proves ourselves. And it kind of reminds me of Cardulo. It's like he cannot work together as a team. He's more authoritative or authoritarian, and
Right, but then he uses it for wrong. Like it doesn't really.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were the key choice points where either of them could have done things differently?
Well, I just won't say any more thing about Cardulo because gets all the attention. But as far as Turner, I was trying to find something. It's like, okay, well, they both need to talk. But then I'm reading on, and Turner did really try. And I was even impressed by, no matter like the last, like, or almost to the last outburst where Cardullo just gets mad at, I forget what it is, Turner, and he then says something like, and by the way, there's a leak. I think it was their pricing thing that he got mad over, which was kind of ridiculous because Cardullo established that he would take care of the very large pricing, and then Turner would do all the rest. And so when Turner makes a decision, and he is supposed to be totally, I don't know what the form of the word would be, but autonomy, you know, so he's supposed to be using autonomy. And then every time Turner does, then Cardullo jumps on him. So here he's trying to make a decision, which I thought was a sound decision. It wasn't the best, but he didn't have a lot to work with, and he still made a little bit of profit. So that was good. And then Cardullo got mad at him. And then at the end he says, and by the way, there's a leak. And I think it's from your department. And so Turner just nicely says, okay, well, I'll check into that. You know, and I mean, some people could have just been mad and just thought, oh, what a jerk. I won't worry about it. But he did question his staff, and then he let them know, hey, you know, make sure nothing like this gets out. It better not be ours or whatever, you know. And then on top of it, Cardullo, so he reports back to Cardullo, and then, oh no, sorry. Oh, brother. Okay. And then,
You have to go.
no. And then, let's see. So, sorry, lost my
No,
train of
that's
thought there.
fine.
Sorry, that was work related, so I just need to put it aside. So then he says, okay, I want to go to your next meeting, and which I just thought was totally obnoxious. And then not only does he go to his next meeting to make sure that he handled it correctly, he winds up slamming the door and walking out. And I don't know, it's just like, wow, that guy needs to be fired.
Yeah, just kind of unprofessional. Just he doesn't care, you know.
Yeah, I don't get the erratic behavior stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, Olivia.
Poor girl, it's like totally
I
lagging.
know, so frustrating.
But yeah, I think as far as Turner though, I really felt like he did a great job, like just kind of going through it and like just trying to like pick up the pieces and work with like what he had to work with, you know. But like definitely, like you said in the beginning, Cardullo has a lot to work on, and so you know, you could learn a lot from Turner if you really like just put his pride aside. But it's kind of hard.
I was wondering if there's like an age thing. I don't know how old Cardullo was, but
yeah, I don't know either. Yeah,
Turner's young, and I just thought, well, maybe he felt threatened by him.
Yeah.
But the other thing I thought was interesting too, Cardullo, like he's getting all over Turner, but yet Cardullo's boss, I think, told him, hey, I need you to be more at MLI. You know, Triple S is doing okay. They're doing fine. So you just need to focus on MLI. And maybe that's why he was. Maybe that's why he was all over position. But yet he didn't want to stay there. So he didn't obey his boss either. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, it's like kind of hard when the president or like the, you know, those you know, like the men that work above everyone, when they start to fall apart, then I think that in turn just makes the company fall apart.
That is very true. That's very true. Yep. Like is it the Chinese that say, hey, when the fish stinks, you cut it off at the head?
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. So the last question is, how, if at all, should Turner approach Cardullo at the end of the case? I was thinking about this one. Definitely, like, he tried so hard to get him to talk with him and Oliver, and he was like, I really want, or he was trying hard to get him to talk with himself before the CEO came, and he just was like, he like tried like 3 times, I think, and then, you know, he just had canceled every time, and I just felt like at that point, it's like, maybe Turner should just talk to Oliver by himself. You know, I really felt like if he's not taking it seriously, then maybe he should just go ahead and just say, I tried to talk to you, but you didn't want to.
Yeah.
And just really talk to him by himself. And
I agree with that. And I do agree with that because I feel like he really tried. but I think still it would be good for them all three to get together, because it'd be interesting to see. I don't know, maybe Cardullo would expose his behavior, or maybe not. Maybe he would, because it's the big guy, you know, he would be more restrained. But
I think ultimately Oliver needs to know what's going on, definitely.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. Yeah. I mean, I almost feel like either answer is correct, because I think because of his erratic behavior and his erratic behavior and just the way he is, that, yeah, I mean, sure, Turner did try to get a hold of him, like you said. I think at the end he even started just ignoring his requests. So at that point, I mean, he totally is free to say, hey, yeah, we need to sit down and talk. I think that's totally acceptable. I think if Turner wanted to kind of really try to salvage everything, that they should probably do it all three together. That way, whatever Cardullo would say, at least they'd be all together, and Turner could defend himself or show what his character and such, you know. So
yeah,
I
totally agree. I mean, with this study, it was kind of obvious what needed to happen.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of have the same ideas for sure.
Yeah.
That's the last question. So
that's it. Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for your time and participation.
Oh, thank you. I guess, we have one more hangout, though. Do you know that?
Oh, do we?
We do. I just realized that. And you know why? Because I looked at the thing, because I was telling my husband, oh my gosh, we don't have any more hangouts. This is the last one. And we have to present our project to each other. Am I right on that? I think I'm right. Did I read it wrong?
I don't know. Honestly, I need to look at it still.
I know, because I thought I for sure read that, and I thought, oh my gosh. I know we have to submit our written presentation, but I thought in there I read okay, so that's all about the written. Am I wrong? I don't know why I feel like I all of a sudden saw that, and I don't know.
I'm have to go look at it.
Okay, I'm just going to try to bring it up. Oops. Well, anyways, I guess we'll read through it and find out. But I was surprised, so I don't know. So I could be wrong. That's just an FYI. Maybe I'm right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll definitely check that out.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said I'll have to go look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I just printed everything out so I would know exactly what I had left to do. So, and I don't see it on here, so I don't know. All right, well, I'll look at it tonight again.
Yeah. Okay.
It just kind of blew our happy moment.
Yeah. So close.
So close. All right, so if I don't see you again,
yeah,
it was great getting together with you guys. At least when we have a group, it was a great group. So
right.
Yeah.
It slowly got smaller, but
I know, huh?
That's okay.
But we hung in there, and that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so you'll post everything then?
Yeah, I'll just post it. And so I hit stop broadcast, and then the thing goes.
Yeah, and then just copy the URL.
The link.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay. Good night, Sarah.
Good night.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.